Alright, welcome back to Sleekcraft Sunday. I don't know what episode this is, but in this episode we are going to be finishing the floor, which we put in last week, and it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, like surprisingly awesome.
We are going to be taping in the edges, and then we're also going to be glassing the SplashWELL back into the boat. We decided to hang it and then glass from underneath because we were inverted. Also, this is probably going to be the last Sleekcraft update for this year. The boating season is rapidly coming to an end, and although the hull is now complete and ready to be rigged, I don't know if we're going to be doing another one of these because it's getting a lot cooler, a lot quicker. And so if you guys like this kind of content, please check out some of my other projects. I will show you those now. Sarah, have you ever restored wheels?
No.
Alright, these are the first set of wheels you're going to be restoring.
Oh, no.
These have a very, very easy restore. We just got to strip them, and repaint them, and I'm gonna have you do that since you've never done a set of wheels. It's super easy and it's pretty fun.
I think you just want me to do your work for you.
Nope, I think that you're gonna learn new things. Besides, like, one of the key components that you'll be learning about is strippers. So I picked up these wheels for really cheap. I think they were $100 for all 4 of them. And you can see that they have been repainted a few times. I mean, I don't even know. It looks like maybe they were Plastidip and then someone painted over peeling Plastidip. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Today is Saturday. We have done nothing on the boat since last Sunday. I did go out of town. That is a bunch of new canvas for some new boat covers that I'm gonna have made. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that on the cheap, doing a lot of work myself. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's go check out the floor. It's been storming and I've been busy and we just haven't had any time to look at this. I'm pretty excited. I think it feels plenty strong. For a floor? I don't know, what do you think? You think we need another layer? Take your feet off. Or your shoes. You think this flexes too much? No, they won't flex there. That's a tunnel.
No, I was just trying to sort of compare. No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, look at how clear that turned out. And this is with using polyester resin. You can see where it's a little thicker. It starts to yellow. This is where we added some of the microspheres, or some of the Cabicel to thicken up the resin. So it is yellowing a little bit where it's thicker, but where we have 2 layers of that 8-ounce glass, it looks transparent. You can actually see the stringer.
Yeah.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're actually looking through
The honeycomb
right now. That's wild. So I'm up here looking at the front edge of the floor. Can you see it yet?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
So none of this in here.
Yeah, and it's not. It's
So what I'm gonna do is get a Dremel tool and just cut this right here.
It's actually not even wet out.
I know, but it's wet out here, so it's never gonna conform right. So when we're doing the taping, now that I can actually sit where you are, or where I am, and not be in resin,
Yeah.
I think it'll be easier to do this properly. So this looks pretty bad right now, but we'll fix it up. So this turned out awesome. You can see the glass from the floor went over that thickened resin down onto the top of the tunnel a little bit. We had about 1 inch hanging off each side, so we wanted to try to center that so that we could make it down to the tunnel. And then we're going to take some fiberglass tape and go pretty much from here to there to really secure this floor to the tunnel. But smoothing that out was awesome. You did a lot of that, right, Sarah?
That was my masterpiece.
How's this side look? Good. Yeah, it's like a nice 45-degree angle. The tape should adhere to that. So these are the 2 types of tape we have. Which one do you like? This one is wider and a heavier weave. This is a lighter weave and it's narrower. I believe this is 6-inch. This is 4-inch.
Probably only need the narrower. So the other thing we realized is that the edges aren't exactly the same. There's like a little seam here where they must have tied it off basically in a stitch.
Well, it almost looks like the weave gets tighter there and tighter there. See the difference?
Yeah, definitely tighter on that end. I think on this end it's almost like a hemming stitch where they sealed it off.
Yeah,
so that'll be a little ridge. So we want that to be underneath and have this be the part that's on our floor surface, so that because it's nice and thin and strong and transition-y.
Sweet. So this is kind of cool. Because the floor is translucent right now, I'm going to put the camera right here on the drain hole of the bulkhead, and it looks pretty sweet. Look at that. That's pretty wild looking. That's the stringer. And there's the other side. Here it is from the back. It looks really crazy.
Oh yeah, it does.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Start it up.
How's that? All right, so that looks pretty good. There's a nice layer of tape all the way to the bow of the boat, across the front, and then I even radiused that front edge of the nidacore with the tape, so that should be a lot nicer. Overall, I think the floor looks pretty awesome. So, next thing we're gonna do is tackle this SplashWELL. I was really hesitant to cut this out because I didn't know how I'm gonna get it back in, and I still don't, so we're gonna figure it out. All right, Sarah, we gotta glue this in here, and what I think is weird is that this is overhanging right here. Here, there's a giant gap that I can put my finger in, and here, it's not lined up. So
now it's lined up. I think as I was waiting for you, I think I figured out the problem.
what?
It was flexing back there before, and now it's straight.
That's what I'm wondering, if this thing was distorted when we cut it.
Yeah, because it had been bowing.
Look at the gap here, and then this is literally not dropping into place. What we can do is pull it forward a minute, lift up, and there's some stuff we can grind off right here that's like a couple drips, so it'll give us a couple millimeters.
I honestly think if we just see how this is a little bit bowed here, I think if we just make a straight cut on this itself, it'll because it was
yeah, because this piece was broken right here. Yeah,
and it was bowing backwards.
Yeah, so like because we glued this in kind of flush, now it's not fitting.
And now it has a straight surface of the new transom that it's up against. Yeah. So.
Yep, there's going to be aluminum covering all this, so no one's going to see it ever.
Gel coat and then.
Nah, well maybe.
Yeah.
All right, we'll cut the end. We'll cut the back edge off here so that this actually sits back.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, there's no holes on this, but if I ratchet strap a 2x4 to this post downward here, it should hang on this surface and this surface.
Yeah.
And if I ratchet strap another piece of wood here, it should hang on this surface and this surface, and then it should be roughly in the right spot. And then from the bottom, we can fly inverted.
Oh, I was all about.
No, it's a Top Gun reference.
Sorry.
Because otherwise we were talking about like adding a lip to here or like here, but like I honestly think putting it across the top and just hanging it in place is going to be the way to go.
Agreed.
All right, let's do it. So this thing is hung off these 2x4s and shimmed, so it's the correct height everywhere. But what we need to do is we need to get some thickened resin back here, because there's no way to access this area to this area. This was all bonded when they dropped the cap onto the hull. So we're gonna make some thickened resin and put a big bead of it, a couple beads of it back here, just super generous. Then we're gonna rehang this, shim it until it's flush, and then Sarah's gonna go under here and fiberglass in some tabs upward, inverted.
I got volunteered for that.
Voluntold.
Oh.
All right, Sarah is injecting the resin into the crack. She's a crack expert.
No.
Hey Sarah, we're losing daylight.
That's shocking to me. That's absolutely shocking.
The huge.
The huge.
So right here, I don't have any glass from the bottom. I glassed pretty much all the way here, but I couldn't see this section. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to glass in this from the bottom.
That with light.
Okay, so the SplashWELL is in, the floor is curing, and this is probably the end of Sleekcraft Sundays for this year. But don't worry, because we have other cool things coming. We are going to be building a long track powder toy, Yamaha phaser.
Phasers!
We are also going to try to finish the Porsche 911, which is really cool. I put a lot of time and money into that car, and it's not roadworthy yet. Honestly, it should have been roadworthy a year ago, but I started working on this thing, and this just rapidly was a time vampire for the entire summer. So hopefully,
she's worth it. She's worth it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get the 911 on the road for this fall, and we're going to start the snowmobile projects up. And I know YouTube doesn't care about snowmobile projects, but I don't care. I'm not doing this to be YouTube-y. I'm doing cool things that I want to do, and if you don't like it, that's fine.
You should though. It's fun.
Yeah, snowmobiles are fun. Why are they fun?
Well, I mean, it's something to do in winter.
Yeah, something to do in winter.
Yeah, I know you like the whole speed aspect. I'm more about
No speed limit.
the nature part for me. But yeah.
No speed limit plus nature. Good time. Everybody should get into snowmobiling. I want to thank Sarah for helping me build this thing. I could not have done it by myself. You definitely kind of need two people for some of these projects when you're in like a contortionist thing upside down with a thing of resin. Having someone else hand you things and pre-pregging some glass and handing it to you is just a huge, huge help. So thank you.
Thank you everyone so much for all your feedback and comments. It was really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the comments helped me build this boat better than just we would have done on our own. So really appreciate the feedback and the support. So thank you. Maybe we'll do more of these this year. I don't know, it really depends, but winter is coming and we have snowmobiles to build. I want to finish the Porsche so that I can get the Jag project in here for this winter, because that Jag project is way cooler than most people think it is. Triple carbs, freaking Le Mans winning engine 5 years in a row, E-Type with 4 doors. Come on.
Too many projects.
Yeah, too many irons. But honestly, the season is just, it's done. We tried, we got a lot done.
We did.
I mean, look at this thing. When we started at the beginning of this year, this had probably a couple colonies of carpenter ants. The wood was completely rotten, it had no structural rigidity. And now we have a completely composite boat that is stronger and lighter and stiffer than it ever was. And
eventually I'm going to pick up on that joke prompt.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is going to happen. We will try to make it happen this year, but if not, stay tuned for next spring, because this thing is going to be a beast like her.